It's Friday, July 21st, 2023. Welcome to episode 62 of the Alameda Postcast, an audio service of the Alameda Post. I'm your host, Scott Peeler. In this edition of the Postcast, the City Council approves three major items. The changes in Encinal Avenue traffic patterns are in place. Dr. Jennifer Levine makes headlines for a couple of big reasons. Quite a bit of Alameda-related sports news. The Friends of the Alameda Animal Shelter would like you to take a walk and celebrate Bay Area radio this weekend. These stories and more on this episode of the Alameda Postcast. Our top story. Last week on the Postcast, I told you that the City Council had a full agenda coming up. On Tuesday, those three major issues were up for a vote. City staff presented the Council with the latest design for the reworking of Grand Street. The latest iteration of the concept varies greatly from the original plans presented. The plan that was approved by the Transportation Commission in June now features a raised two-way bikeway from Shoreline Drive to Clement Avenue. Starting from the east side of the road, the basic structure would now look like this: sidewalk, a landscape strip, two-way raised bikeway, parking, two travel lanes, parking, landscape strip, and again, sidewalk. This arrangement was viewed favorably in various public forums as it had a lesser impact on parking than previous design concepts. Public comment at Tuesday's council meeting was largely supportive, including feedback from Grand Street residents and Bike Walk Alameda. One impact of the redesign: increased cost. While the original design was estimated to cost $8,550,000, the revised design is estimated at $14,830,000, primarily due to the reconstruction of curbs and gutters on the east side of Grand Street. Ultimately, the council voted 4-1 in favor of the new design and amended the 2023-24 budget to accommodate additional building and design funds. That amendment also passed 4-1. The dissenting vote in both measures came from Councilmember Trish Herrera Spencer, who argued that recent Grand Street intersection safety improvements are adequate and further upgrading is unnecessary. As to when this work will begin, as of now, Section A, which is Shoreline to Otis, will get underway in 2024. Section B, Otis to Encinal, will start in 25. Section C, Encinal to Clement, may not begin until 2028 or 2029, contingent on the acquisition of transportation grant funds. The council also approved development agreements for the Reshape project of 309 supportive housing units and the West Midway project of 478 condominiums and townhomes at Alameda Point. As noted last week, Reshape is a plan by Mid-Penn Housing Corporation in conjunction with the Alameda Point Collaborative, Operation Dignity, and Building Futures to build and manage supportive housing for extremely low, very low, and low-income households. The West Midway project comprises 5 neighborhoods of 3- and 4-story condominium and townhome buildings to be constructed over 8 years. Its infrastructure will provide streets, bikeways, and pedestrian paseos that will connect West Midway to Reshape and both to the Naval Air Station Historic District and Greater Alameda. The project itself includes a commercial development across from Almanac Beer Company. Together, the two projects will include 147 new deed-restricted affordable housing units. Reshape will provide 103 new affordable units, and West Midway will provide 44. In the end, the council voted 4-1 to approve both agreements. The dissenting vote came from Herrera Spencer, who objected to the city providing a loan to the developer, deeming it risky. She also said she preferred supportive housing to be closer to schools and considered its proximity to Almanac Brewery problematic. For a full recap of the council meeting, including diagrams and drawings of the various projects, see Karen Jensen's article at alamedapost.com/news. On the subject of ongoing projects, you've probably noticed a difference if you've been traveling along Encinal Avenue lately. No more 2 lanes in each direction and no bike lanes. After the recent repaving, striping crews have completed the transition so that Encinal now has 1 lane in each direction with a center turn lane and dedicated parking and bike lanes on either side. Another change: dedicated left turn lanes at traffic lights. Still to come on the Caltrans project: crosswalk striping and improvements to traffic signals. For a look at the changes, check out the Post's Facebook page from this past Wednesday. Yours truly was out and about as the crews were at work. You can also get the canine perspective on the project as Jeff Cambra's 4-footed friend Moof shares his take with the latest bird's eye view. Find the article at alamedapost.com/features. Dr. Jennifer Levine has been a busy woman of late. On Sunday, she completed a 2,800-mile bicycle journey from Michigan to Alameda. The ride was a celebration of her son Jacob's college graduation, a fundraiser for the Epilepsy Foundation, and a way to mark a new chapter in her life. More on that in a moment. The journey started in May and really makes for quite the inspiring story. Jen has epilepsy and had to deal with seizures along the way. Her children served as her support vehicle, and through flat tires, thunderstorms, near misses with tornadoes, and a swarm of Mormon crickets of biblical proportion, she made it through. Upon her arrival, she declared, quote, "All I want is ice and pop and a shower," end quote. After that shower, Jen has business to attend to as she was recently named the school director for Temple Israel on Bay Farm Island. Dr. Levine has been an educator there for 10 years and has worked in Jewish education for twice that long. In addition to heading up the school, in September, Levine will launch a Temple Teens program, providing a safe haven for activities for Jewish teens to connect with each other under her fun guidance. Even though it is fun, she knows it's a serious business, saying, quote, "The survival of our community is contingent on there being a safe space for our teens to further connect with Judaism," end quote. For full details on all of Dr. Levine's exploits, as well as links to enrollment in both the Temple Israel School and Temple Teens, head to alamedapost.com/news. Got a bit to talk about sports-wise this week. First up, with the All-Star break over, Alameda's Brian Wu returned to the mound Tuesday in Seattle, where he faced the Minnesota Twins. Probably not a start that Brian will be keeping in the scrapbook. He was tagged for 7 runs, 6 earned, in 3 1/3 innings on 8 hits and 3 walks with 4 strikeouts as the Twins beat the Mariners in Seattle 10-3. The loss dropped Brian's record to 1-2 with 5 no decisions, raised his ERA to 4.74. He'll look to get back in the win column this Sunday as Seattle hosts the Toronto Blue Jays. After that, Brian takes the hill in Arizona on Saturday, July 29th, as the Mariners face the Diamondbacks. Another Alameda athlete playing on a big stage, namely the Women's World Cup. Reina Bonta, daughter of California Attorney General Rob Bonta and Assembly Member Mia Bonta, is part of the Philippines national women's team. She comes by her soccer abilities honestly, as her father was a standout at Yale, leading the Bulldogs to an Ivy League championship. This is the first time the Philippines have qualified for the Women's World Cup. They are part of Group A, along with New Zealand, Switzerland, and Norway. For a complete look at Reina's journey to soccer's spotlight, find a link on the Post Facebook page. Look for Reina in last Wednesday's items. The Alameda Wolves women's basketball team is back in action this Saturday. They look to maintain their hold atop the WPBA as they take on the winless Tech City Valkyrie. The game is at 6:30 at the College of Alameda Gym. Details at alamedapost.com/events. The Alameda Anchors baseball team is on the road this weekend as they finish up league play ahead of next weekend's Bay Area Collegiate League playoffs. Our walking history tours continue this weekend. Join Alameda Post historian Dennis Evanosky and publisher Adam Gillett at 10 a.m. this Saturday for an exploration of the neighborhood surrounding the East End's Treglone Court. Dennis has provided an excellent introduction to the tour. Look for his article, What's in a Name, at alamedapost.com/history. Speaking of walking, need an excuse to get a few more steps in? Want to make those steps really count and help out a great cause? The Friends of the Alameda Animal Shelter are looking for you. FOSS has a lot of dogs in need of walking, and they've made it easier than ever to help out our four-legged friends. If you're 18 or over, just show up during the week between 11 and 3 and let them know you'd like to walk a dog. That's it. They'll take your ID or car keys until you return and pair you with a pooch that needs to get out and about. They supply treats and bags, and you're good to go. I decided to check it out for myself on Thursday. Had a wonderful time meeting Agatha and then Bailey, both of whom thoroughly enjoyed their time at the other end of the leash. You can see Agatha and Bailey as well as get all the details on FOSS's innovative new program by heading over to alamedapost.com/news. alamedapost.com/events, your source for happenings all across the island. Starlight Movies in the Park presents Pixar's Lightyear Friday at the Alameda Point Multipurpose Field. The event starts at 6:30, movie at 8:30. Please no grills, alcohol, or pets. Tomorrow Youth Repertory Theater presents Sondheim's Into the Woods this weekend at the Academy of Alameda. Friday and Saturday at 7, Sunday at 2. Check out Gene Kahane's review at alamedapost.com/features. Celebrate radio this weekend as the California Historical Radio Society presents Radio Day by the Bay 2023 on Saturday from 8 to 3 at 2152 Central Avenue. There'll be tours, a jazz concert, and 2 additions to the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame. Beloved radio personality Lisa Chrysler and Alameda's own Ben Fong Torres. Head to Faction Brewing Saturday from 10 until 6 for the Rock and Roll Flea Market. The Summer Beats concert series continues at South Shore Saturday at 2 p.m. with The Best Intentions playing the hits of Motown. More events at alamedapost.com/events. Had some fun last weekend at Almanac Beer Company. I was eating dinner with my wife, struck up a conversation with the person at the next table, and found out that they were a listener. Thanks. You really made my day. Thank you for supporting local news for Alameda. Join us as a member, alamedapost.com/memberships. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Mastodon, as well as our own subreddit. Find the Postcast wherever you get your podcasts, or simply tell your smart device to play the Alameda Postcast podcast. I'm Scott Peeler. I'll be back next Friday with episode 63 of the Alameda Postcast.